Go.
I have the one, the only, the amazing, and my infinitely better half, Elle, on here as well with me. And we'll go through a little bit about us. She's laughing, but it's true. It's true. So,
you're so gracious to me, David.
I just speak the truth is what I do. So, right. So,
you're making me blush.
I have that effect, right? All right. That or if I get you mad, you turn red also. So either way.
True.
So one of the two. So anyways, so today we're going to be talking about the AI-powered marketing system, guys. You guys, it's trending, it's popular. Everybody wants to use the word AI, but we're going to show you some practical ways of leveraging it for your business. Is saving time and a lot of different stuff there. So if you guys are excited to start learning about that, let us know in the comments and write the word AI, just AI in the comments if you've already started using AI in some capacity, either personally or for business. It could just be personal too and playing around with it. And write not yet if you haven't started using it at all, but you just heard a lot about it and like, hey, I really want to learn what I can do with this. So I see some AIs already. I see some clients already writing AI, which I know I've started playing around with. Awesome. And yeah, awesome. We're going to go ahead and dive in there. So we're going to talk about how to automate your content and fill your calendar and close more deals without doing it all yourself. Even better, right? So with that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit. Who the heck are we? So in case it's your very first time seeing us, you're not like, hey, some silly guy and woman on here. Let's go ahead and do a little background. Some of you guys known us for years and years, like 8+, and some of you guys maybe just hopped in today, never seen us before. So I'm David, and this is Elle, two of the founders of Jumpstart Go, which runs the Facebook group that honestly where most of you guys are coming from. If you guys are coming from the Marketing for Insurance Agents Facebook group, just write MFIA or just write Facebook or ever and let us know. And if you're not in there, write not yet because you're going to want to be because it's a pretty cool group. So it's a Facebook group that we've been running for almost 8 years. It's almost over 35,000 insurance agents actually at this point of all different lines of insurance all across the country, talking, collaborating, discussions. We do weekly trainings in here like this. Usually it's like Facebook Lives. We've probably done 700 of them in there. It's an amazing community. So definitely hop in there if you're not in there. In fact, that's an old picture as well, because actually we've worked with over 800 different insurance agents and agencies as part of programs and stuff there. But I would love to have you guys in the free Facebook group. Promise you guys get a ton of value of it. And as you can see in the comments, a lot of people are coming from the group, right? So love it, guys. Just wanted to highlight that as far as Elle and I are two of the founders of Jumpstart Go, along with our third partner, Renee Cabrera, and really focus on helping agents and agencies grow and scale their businesses. We personally love social media, especially organic, meaning free social strategies, and do over 1 million+ a year just from Facebook alone, guys. And we love helping agents and agencies implement the same strategies as well as additional ones for growing and scaling their business. We come from digital marketing backgrounds, did that for a lot of industries until 8 years ago. We focused just to the insurance industry. We've worked with over 800 different insurance agents and agencies, from brand new to established 7-8 figure agencies and private consulting for $10, $100 million agencies on that side. Even built some software for a $2 billion insurance company that they'll do, I don't know, 200-300 quotes a day or something on it like that. But I will say Elle and I are licensed ourselves, sell ourselves, have a life agency ourselves. We test a lot of things that we then teach in the programs. We always want to teach practical, so we come from the insurance side as well. So enough of the background there, right? So let's talk about who this is for more importantly. So if you're any of these things, you're probably in the right place. This is for PNC, life, health, Medicare, commercial, as well as personal lines, securities. If you're a financial advisor, you do investments, all this is for you. Basically, if you're involved in the insurance industry in any capacity, you're in the right place. If you're ready to ditch the outdated tactics like smiling and dialing, or as I call it, frowning and drowning, as it feels like that a little more often. And if you feel the same way, right, frowning in the chat, if you sometimes feel like, yeah, it's a little bit like the frowning and drowning. And they want to embrace social media marketing and AI to generate their own high quality leads, referrals, and referral partners, especially while saving time. If that's you, write me in the chat so we know you're in the right place. If that's not you, then Yeah, stick around anyways. Maybe you'll find out that it is for you, right? So, Tony Castle, death by dial tone. I'm stealing that, Tony. I'm using that from now on. I love it, guys. So anyways, we're gonna have a fun time too with it today, guys. So with that, I do want to give, I don't want to spend a ton of time, but I do want to give a couple examples like, hey, does this work for me? Is this a fit? Is this something I can do? Is this like actually generate results? And I want to go through a few examples. And these are all within like the last like 4 to 6 weeks. Like this isn't like us picking the best results ever and stuff, which we have also, but like this is just us literally just grabbing some results from the last 6 weeks, posting or showing you a couple of these things for different lines and knowing, oh, this can work for me also. And we get these every single week of people dropping those wins where we get 30, 40, 50 plus wins and people sharing for the week there. So Daniel Farnsworth, anybody who actually saw our Facebook Live interview with him last week, saw that he came from the life insurance side, was a retired veteran himself, and putting this in place. You can see some examples there of him writing IULs, annuities, putting all this stuff in place, and he was able to hit a 5-year goal in less than a year of being able to quit a corporate 6-figure job because he'd already replaced it in the life insurance agency side. If you want that more in depth, definitely check out the replay from last week. We did a really awesome interview with him for about an hour or so. Teron Tidwell, another example from life insurance investment side, targeting pro athletes. That's who he loves working with. I originally came from investment side and wanted to grow and scale on the insurance side as well. Just talking about some results already of implementing these strategies recently, bringing in new clients and added more referrals, over 600,000 in new assets. And got a Zoom meeting booked for Monday with a TV exec he's been looking to work with and other COIs. Anyways, just some quick examples. Once again, leveraging social referral partner strategies. Matthew Harms from the PNC side, from Captain PNC side, came to us almost having to shut down his agency 2 months into it to rookie of the year for the state of Tennessee, now like number 2 in all of Tennessee for his agency, and leveraging these strategies in his business has led to some really cool stuff. So he's actually kicking off a 365-day video challenge, which we love video and social. As a part of that, closed a huge farm policy for 18,000 premium, all kinds of really cool stuff once again. And we've done interviews and really cool stuff with Matt. He's awesome.
I also just want to highlight for this one that they stopped buying leads cold turkey earlier this month. And so far, they've been producing at the same rate as they were when they were buying internet leads. So that's a huge win for Matt.
Which anybody come from the PNC industry, especially the captive PNC industry, knows how huge that is, because a lot of them live and breathe internet leads, and to be able to quit those and still produce at a very high level for your agency is a huge win, because you're also way more profitable, which is real money in the bank, right? So Matt and Randy Sullivan, super excited about these guys. Love what they've put in place, and also coming from the life insurance side, even a captive life insurance side of putting things in place, focusing on investments and term life for millennial families. Like I said, we've worked with almost every single company out here, for captives, independents, every line. An example of them diving in, got 4 center influence meetings booked next week and 2 client meetings booked from social media posts, from a single social media post, right? So I love those guys. And then Peter Urvelli, loves sailing, amazing Medicare agent, where he's 100% of his policies written that week were from referral, COIs, or Facebook. All nothing paid for, right? Executing strategies. Kelly Byers, State Farm agency owner, Captain PNC, once again, coming in, putting these policies in place to write life appointments and cross-selling in addition to the PNC side as well. Once again, you guys can check her out as well, guys. So once again, keep dropping in the chat what lines of insurance you guys are focused on. Once again, love to see the mix of everybody that's in here, as well as what city, state you're in. If you haven't dropped that already, let us know in the chat, right? So yes, guys, there is a better way for agents that never want to call a bad lead again. Like if you're tired of the smile and dial, listening to that ringtone, or getting that answer and the immediate hang up, or even worse, getting cussed out, right? Which is not a whole bunch of fun, let's be honest. There is a better way, right? And I'm not anti-lead, anti-anything, but just saying there's definitely a better way, and that's what we love focusing on. So if you're interested in like, hey, I would love to hear more about that. I'd love to dive into exactly how that's a fit for me. I'd love to talk one-on-one about that, and seeing about growing and scaling my business in ways that are more profitable, that don't have to smile and dial, and really putting cutting edge techniques in place. Then you can grab a quick time with our team here. Like this is like 15 minutes, less quick connection as far as setting us up so that we can chat. I'd love to share this with you guys. So feel free to either scan the QR code or Elle will drop the link in the chat there. You can click that, grab a time with us, and then just continue on with us as we go through some training here. But if this is all you're considering growing for 2025, plus you want to take advantage of some really cool bonuses we'll talk about a little bit later on, grab a time with us. We'd love to chat. I promise we're kind. We don't bite. Well, unless I'm boxing, maybe my Mike Tyson comes out, maybe. But in general, we don't, right? And we're just here to help support, right? We're fun. So, and yes, we have multiple kind of different programs. So grab a time, Hudson. We'd love to go through. We got a few different ones. So I promise we'll find something to fit for you, Hudson. Cool. So now to the meat and bones, what everybody's here to talk about tonight, besides obviously spending time with us because we're pretty fun. Elle, what are we diving into?
Yes. Okay. So I'm super excited for you guys to be on this training live with us. I'm curious, have you been on an AI training with us in the past, right? Yes or no in the comments. What is so cool about, and a little overwhelming, frankly, but I think it's pretty cool, is how quickly AI is developing. So we have been doing a couple of these workshops. I think we've been doing about 2 every year or so as AI has been evolving, and as we are using it and implementing it inside of our own businesses, really experimenting with it, seeing what's working, and then rolling it out to you guys. So I'm really excited because I think this is like our 3rd or 4th iteration of this training. If you have been on an AI training with us in the past, do not worry. This is not just a rehash of what we've previously talked about. You're going to walk away with new tools and new things to implement inside of your insurance business. And the whole goal here is to free you up more so that you can spend more time on those revenue generating activities inside of your business and really leveraging AI to take 80 to 90% of your marketing workload off of your plate. Let me know in the chat if that would be a dream, right? Dream if you would like to free up 80 to 90% of your marketing workload. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. And we're also going to talk about how to start training people on your team, either somebody that's already on your team or how to hire a virtual assistant to help you with these tasks that we're going to go through today. All right, but warning, I always give this warning. Warning. AI is a tool. It is not going to replace having a sound marketing strategy, okay? So we're going to talk about how you can start leveraging AI as a tool or build on your AI knowledge if you're already using it inside of your business. But this does not replace the strategy itself, okay? So it's really important that you are using sound marketing principles and strategy and implementing, because the tool is only going to get you so far. So we're going to talk about that today as far as starting to train AI, because the better your inputs are into it, the better the outputs are going to be. Which brings me to my next point. How many of you have seen the really bad AI generated comments on social media, or the really generic content that maybe people are putting out? I think this is a funny little meme here. I'm scared. Why? My friends are using AI to make their content. Wah, wah. Nobody wants to be that person that your audience is looking at and being like, oh my gosh, this content's real bad. You know, that's probably a number one fear. So we're going to talk about how you can create AI content that is authentic and catches attention. These are some stats. When we were first testing our marketing toolkit, our AI toolkit that we've now released and put together for our clients to start using, David and I implemented this first inside of our own marketing strategies from our own personal profiles. And we did like a 30-day test these were the stats from my personal profile. I increased my impressions by 70% and my engagement by 112% over 28 days just by using AI. And I trained it correctly so that it would create content in my voice. And I even asked my audience after I ran this experiment, I need you all to be honest with me. Since September 10th, 90% of my content has been AI generated. Could you tell? Wes Stevens, I think I saw you in the comments. I saw you comment on this post way back in September. No, I didn't, not at all. No, I could not. I think I had one person that said that she could tell, and it was the emojis that gave it away. So I actually, after I got that feedback, I actually went back to my AI and I told it, hey, you're using too many emojis in my content. Can you fix that for the future? And it said, yes, absolutely, Elle. I'll do that moving forward. So I'm going to show you today how you can go from not using AI at all to training AI to sound like you, to the point that you can hand this off to a team member. Okay. So with the right training prompts, AI can write in your voice, create endless content, and save you 10 plus hours a week. Honestly, it probably saves me more than 10 hours a week. I was talking about this just earlier today. Not only does AI do marketing content and help me with this area, but I use it for almost every single piece of our business, from figuring out text, email, marketing pieces, but also for creating SOPs and helping me with some of the management things inside of our business as well. I was even talking to a group earlier today about how you can, if you're training like agents or sales reps or appointment setters, you can upload your calls into ChatGPT or into an AI system. Let it know what you're looking for, what makes a good call, what makes an unsuccessful call, and have it score your reps or give grades to your agents on their calls. There's literally endless things that you can do with this. Again, today we're going to specifically talk about using it for marketing and content creation. Most people simply just don't know how to train AI properly. So they get this really like robotic or generic sounding content, which is what we don't want. It's not really that attention grabbing. It's not going to stop the scroll. It's not going to do that much to really help your brand. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to give your AI an identity. Now, this is something that we have talked about in the past in these trainings, but you really want to think about your AI as a team member, as somebody that is helping you with your marketing. And you want to think about training them just like you would train a new member on your team. There's going to be like an introduction period. You're going to give them information about you, about your business, and about your products. So you want to think about feeding this information into the AI. The more that you give it, the better your outputs are going to be. So you want to think about training it on your target audience, about your products and insurance business, about what makes you unique and not just a boring old insurance agent. David, this is something that we talk about all of the time, and you really leaning into those interests, hobbies, things that make you a human. And it's one of the biggest areas that we see people kind of go wrong in. I'd love for you to share a little bit about those personal things, some of those things that make people stand out and why it's so successful with their social media content.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of that is just coming down to how social media works in the first place, right? Like it is social, right? That's kind of the whole point. It's not built to be a billboard. It doesn't really work that way. It's more like walking in a room full of people. And yeah, psychologically, there's the no like trust, people work with people, the connections inherently, that's what it's designed for. And then there's also like how platforms are designed to work in the first place, which is to make those social companies money. So when I realize how I can leverage that and the strategies, I can get a lot of results. And part of that is the personal mix with the business side as well. And then this is also why people really like these strategies, because it feels natural, incorporates them anyways and parts of them, and it makes it easier for some of these connections, conversations, and the clients I would like to work with or referral partners would like to work with as a part of that. So yeah, we have clients that focus like on a senior audience, right? And they also love fitness, even pickleball, right? Which is a silly sport, but it's fun, right? And so they're able to leverage talking and sharing a little bit about pickleball, their fitness journey, some of that on social, which is responded to very well because it's social media, and even in like pickleball groups and things like that, where they actually are connecting with these seniors that are coming through them for Medicare final expense. They're getting pickleball communities and coaches referring over to them, and it's something that they already love and enjoy anyways. And so once again, there's a lot of ways to really bring that together. But yeah, I don't want to be the boring old agent, suit tie, knocking on doors, boring you to death. I really want to stand out and have these connections. It makes it easier to close. Like these are like type 80-90% type close rate when people are coming to you and already want to talk with you. That's one of the things that Ellen and I hear the most is like, hey, we like you guys. I really want to talk with you. I like your content. You seem like the type of people I'd want to work with in the first place. And that is a big portion of what social media allows you to do. It allows them to get to know you, see you, without you having to do it one by one with every single person, right? So
Absolutely. So we want to give that information to the AI, and then we also want to train it on like what our values are and really what makes our insurance business different. So these are going to be things that AI can't do for you. These are things that you really need to think about. AI can help you with some of the prompting of your thinking, but I'm going to give you here a series of questions that you can use and start thinking about to help you with defining this better. The clearer you are on who you help, how you help them, and the value that you bring to people, and the more that you can clarify that for your AI marketing assistant, the better the content it's going to create for you. All right. Also very important to use detailed prompts to get the best results instead of like, write me a social media post. You want to like prime the AI a little bit, let it know. I like to say like, you're a world-class marketer. You specialize in creating highly engaged with content that catches the attention of leads. Like you're kind of also giving it an identity as well. And then again, this goes back to just reinforcing who you're writing the content for and really what the goal of the post is. So if it's to get engagement, you want to put that here. If it's to tell a story, you want to give it that in the prompt. So again, the clearer you are on what you want, the better the content that it will create for you. Okay, so we're going to talk about training your marketing assistant so it also sounds like you, and how to give it your voice. And one of the things, we've done this with the client before, and we were working on training his marketing assistant on the AI, and he was like, this punctuation and this grammar is just like, it's way too perfect. I wouldn't actually write comments or write social media content that way. It doesn't sound like me. So we actually told the AI, hey, 15% of the time include spelling and grammatical errors, as part of the way that we were feeding that back into the AI, because we wanted it to be human and to sound more natural. So I think I'm going to show you how you can actually submit content samples of things that you've written and upload that to the AI so it actually has pieces of content of, this is what my writing style is like. This is what it sounds like. This is the type of language that I use. You want to give all of that to it as you're training it. So you want to provide those samples of your writing and your style and tone. Maybe you are very, formal in the way that you write, and that is your tone. That's great. Give that back to it. Maybe you're very casual, approachable, friendly. You want to think about what's that tone of your style. David and I are a little bit silly or a little bit goofy in our style. So those are things that we're constantly kind of giving back to our AI assistant. We want things to be more fun. We want them to be positive, lighthearted. We want people to feel encouraged, inspired, and entertained when they're reading our content. So thinking about all of these things are important so that it can create content that aligns with your voice and your brand. And then you want to provide feedback. So just like a team member, like if they're producing content for you, or any team member that's doing anything for you, if they didn't do such a good job, you're going to let them know, hey, here's what was good, here's what wasn't so good about it. And you're letting them know how they can improve for the future. Or you can also say, hey, this was really good. I want you to do more like this. So you can provide that feedback back to your AI so that you're reinforcing the things that you want it to do more of, and then having it eliminate the things that it doesn't, like the emoji example that I gave earlier. When it gets it right, you want to tell it to store it in its memory. So you can actually type in, hey, this is great. I really like the tone that you used here. Please store this in your long-term memory and make more content like this for me in the future. Okay. So again, you're reinforcing and giving it that feedback of what to continue to produce for you. Once you have your marketing assistant set up, this is something that you can easily hand off and train somebody else in your team to use to create content that's in your voice, whether that's writing emails, creating social media content, or engaging with people in comments and direct message. All right, so we got the foundations. Write demo in the chat if you would like to see what this looks like, a real life demo. I'm seeing some questions here. You don't have to use a paid version. We work with our clients on using ChatGPT. And there's a free version of it, or there's a $20 a month version, which I think is like very, very worth it to do the $20 a month version. I've heard even great things about the $200 a month version is worth it. So I would definitely encourage you, if it's something that you're using a lot, then you would go ahead and probably invest in that $20 a month version. But a lot of people can get a lot out of that free version as well. All right, we're seeing a lot of demo. Dave, I just want to pause here for so many questions that you maybe saw come up.
Nate was asking, so comments for you. I'm not exactly sure who's asking that in regards to, but like you can train your AI for writing like you, for posts, for emails, for a lot of different uses, even responding to things or whatever. I'm not necessarily talking about like auto responses from the AI side, but yeah, you can train it for a lot of things, Nate.
So we teach clients on how to use a personal profile on social media. And most personal profiles are not going to integrate with any type of like AI software on the back end, because most platforms are trying to combat any type of like bot traffic. What you can do is you can like highlight all of the comments. Like if you have a whole comment thread, and say, hey, I need responses to all of these comments, and it will generate comments for you. It's just not going to like automatically respond to the comments. But you can, like, this would be something if you had a marketing assistant that was working comments and DMs for you. And this is what we've trained people to do, is to actually use the AI so that they can respond to comments and DMs for you.
I think that's the main questions at the moment, because everybody's excited about the demo. So
okay, awesome. All right, so let's, okay. This screen share is a little bit different. Give me 1 second here.
You got it.
David, entertain the people for 30 seconds.
Stand-up's too dangerous to do live. So dancing, I don't know, guys. Actually, you know what? Is this entertaining enough?
There we
a
go.
lightsaber battle. So I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, Star Wars fans, let us know in the comments. Okay.
We're good. We're good. I got it.
Cut me off. Okay.
All right. So what I've created here and what we'll provide after the workshop here is how to train your AI assistant as your marketing assistant. Okay. So what I have created with the help of AI, by the way, this entire workshop, this cheat sheet that we've created for you has all been with the help of ChatGPT. So there are things here that AI is not going to be able to answer for you that you're going to need to spend a little bit of time thinking about. Things like what's your communication style? What do you want your audience to feel when they're reading your post? What words and phrases do you always use? What words and phrases do you never use? Teaching it about your ideal client and your niche. So do you work with pre-retirees, small business owners, a senior market, families? And then what are some of their biggest financial fears? What objections do they have about insurance? What real life examples or client stories can you share? So you do want to spend some time thinking about this. One thing I also love to do that you can do as well, like if you have a lot of reviews on Google or on a social platform, or you've got anything written or video testimonials, anything like that that your clients have given you, you can also upload that into ChatGPT. So you can be like, here's some reviews. Here's what clients are saying about me. That can be very, very helpful when you're getting started with this.
This is a little blurry, a little hard to see. I'm not sure if you're able to either zoom in a little bit more. I mean, guys, we'll have a way for you guys to get the document too, so that you guys have a copy of this too. Let's see.
Is that better?
Is that better? Let us know in the comments.
It starts getting a little.
There we go. Yeah. I think we can
Good.
show the left for now, and then yeah, we can do the. Yes, but it's still an eye chart. Yeah, I just start guessing on the letters, and then my doctor looks at me like I'm crazy. So would suggest it.
So this honestly, these are things that we've just talked about in the presentation, and these are just this is a specific worksheet that you guys can go through on these thinking things. Okay. So you have your different steps. Here's uploading your writing samples. We talked about that. And then how to guide ChatGPT with your frameworks and prompts. Okay, so these are going to be prompts that you'll give into ChatGPT to help develop it further. So this is going to be your step-by-step guide. You can provide feedback like make it sound more conversational, summarize this in 2 sentences. It's important to remember that AI can get your content 80 to 90% there, but you may need to do some of those final tweaks to really make it feel real. So you just really want to think about this as your personal marketing assistant that's going to help you with that 80 to 90%. You, as a human being, likely will have to put those final finishing touches on it and that editing eye to really make it 100% complete. All right, here we go. So we're going to start training ChatGPT here on using a prompt. So first you want to go through those steps that I just went through, thinking about some of those questions, things that you want to make sure that you insert, what your niche is. Do you want to sound relatable, engaging? Is your communication style casual, friendly, conversational? We created this here so that it's really, you can insert in here everything from the previous exercise into a prompt. Okay. I've created a little demo here. Sorry guys, it will be tiny because this is just a demo for the prompt. And one of the things that is going to be important is that you're going to want to put a sample of a couple of writing samples here so that it sounds like you. Okay, so things that you have written are going to be things that you're going to insert here. So you're basically going to do this, you're going to do the exercise, and you're going to insert things. It's like kind of ad libs style here. And then you're going to copy and paste something that you've written on social media, email, whatever your writing style is, and you're going to paste it here. Okay. And then you're going to put the prompt in here. Again, this is all chat based. So it's like you're chatting with this. I'm curious, who's used ChatGPT before? Write yes in the comments if you've used it on this chat base.
We're getting lots of yeses.
Okay. All right, I didn't actually upload a sample of my content, so it's saying if I upload a piece of content, it can analyze it. Otherwise, it can write content that aligns with your tone, friendly, empowering, and approachable while avoiding salesy language. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start teaching AI about my ideal clients. Okay, so I have my target audience. And I've got this set that I am a health insurance agent, and my target audience is busy moms with kids. Their biggest concerns are leaving their family in financial distress, being a bad mom, like too busy, not enough time for their kids, worrying about medical bills. They often object to buying insurance because they can't afford it. Maybe they have it through work or they don't need it. They're healthy. So I'm now going to do my next step here where I'm going to copy and paste this prompt here into ChatGPT. Again, these are copy paste. These are ones that you will adapt to start training the chat. And I've been asking it to work very hard today, so it's been thinking.
Yeah, some days ChatGPT goes on strike. Love it.
All right, so it's actually writing a post right now for me. All right, and it's saying, would you like me to create more posts like this on different objections is a follow-up question. But it's basically painting the picture. It's saying, Mom, I don't feel good. You know that moment when your little one wakes up in the middle of the night, forehead burning, eyes watery. You scoop them up, rub their back and whisper, it's okay, baby, I got you. It's basically painting this entire picture that's very emotional and talking about like what happens, you know, what needs as far as when an unexpected diagnosis or something that you're not expecting in the way of medical bills. And it's actually handling I have coverage through work, I'm good, and addressing that most employer plans don't just follow you if you leave, or that there's maybe gaps in coverage, especially when kids are involved. And the call to action that it's giving here is drop a heart in the comments if you want to break down how to find the best plan without the headache. Okay. So this is just like, again, we just went from a couple of fill in the blank things. These are things where we would want to start training it more. Okay. So something that's important when you're doing this is if it's like, okay, well, maybe this feels like a little too, I don't know, like I don't like so much that we're just talking about like the unexpected and a call to action, which personally I would feel like, okay, maybe I want to like show this scenario. but I don't necessarily want to also do a call to action. So I would say I would just provide that feedback to it. I would say something like, this is a good start, but I would like this without the call to action. So I'm giving that feedback to it so that it can then take that feedback and rewrite the post for me. Okay, so you can do this on like individual post as it's writing. I'm going to switch over here because you can also start training it with these prompts. Okay. So we've given you some prompts here that you can use, like story-based prompts, educational post prompts, engagement post prompts. The one that we were just doing was objection handling post of I can get it through work. So what you can do after you have started to give it the information, here it's now rewritten it so that I don't have the drop a heart. I have, because at the end of the day, the best feeling in the world is knowing that no matter what happens, you've got them covered. Okay, so we're not using something that's so much like a straight call to action. We're doing something that handles that objection and talks to that particular concern that comes up, but we're not necessarily being so on the nose of like, hey, drop a comment. Okay, so this is how you can start using this to provide feedback, and now you're also training it to be in your tone as well as specific to your target market. Okay, so I'm going to leave us here because I know this is a little tiny for everybody as far as the additional content prompts. The one that we just did was the objection handling one, but these are ones that you can adjust, and based off of the responses that it's giving you, you can provide more feedback to it. Okay, so you want to train this so that by the you can basically say, hey, write a behind the scenes post for me, or create 5 ideas of behind the scenes post, and it'll generate 5 ideas. And yes, these would be 5 ideas that I would post, and these would be things that I would write. Right? Yes, in the comments if this is making sense.
All right, question mark if you got questions. Seeing yeses.
Awesome. All right. Awesome. All right. Did we have any questions that I didn't answer, David?
Let's see. Want to just ask one, can a PDF or Word copy be in chat, or is there a place to locate this information? Yes, we'll talk about how to get the prompts and the walkthrough if that's what you're talking about, Wanda. Absolutely. Let's see. People are asking for the documents, and then Tony's asking, do you have to retrain it every time? In short, no, Tony, but Elle, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so that's what's really cool about this is that it builds a memory. So you're going to see this memory updated here, which you can actually hover over, and it's like Elle's target audience is busy moms with kids. Their biggest concerns include. So you can actually look and see. So as long as you're going back to this same chat and using this particular chat, then this is why you can have somebody else come in and start working in this chat for you, because it's like this living memory that it's creating. And if there's things, you can actually go to like manage memory. And if there's things that's like, oh, that's not right, or no, I don't want it to really use that, you can actually remove that. So it's not using it to create your content.
Perfect. Let's see. Debbie, how do you keep it insurance industry compliant? It's not that hard. I mean, honestly, That's also where I can train it even for what the compliance is, and it can operate within that. But generally, even with the stuff I'm talking about, I'm not getting into like guarantees. I'm not even talking usually specific products or anything around there. I'm definitely not getting into like soliciting like Medicare through it, stuff like that. So that's where I can train it, but I'm also the one reviewing it as well. So if I see anything that's, not compliant or something I want to take out, I can edit and change everything and give the feedback to it. So it gets more and more compliant over time. In fact, that's something I could actually probably upload kind of compliance documents to it, and it can actually probably pick up and learn straight from those as well. So, oh man, we got lots of questions coming in. Okay. Michael, also, I really like the funnel you guys have used to get me on this call. Join your Facebook group. So is that a portion within this as far as the kind of funnel to even getting onto this webinar?
So depending on how you came out, you either joined organically or through an ad. We do train clients on organic lead generation and then how to do video content, even how to set up these types of funnels where they can get people on webinars and do this sort of like lead nurture process through education. We do not currently work with clients on paid ad strategies. I'll take on maybe 3 to 4 clients every quarter to work with them one-to-one on paid ad strategies, but it's not something that we offer widely to all of our clients. So we do have clients that we've worked with to help them with groups and building their own group. It's usually not the first thing that we work with clients on, because building your own group, maintaining that group, providing value to that group is a lot of work. We know because we've built this group from 34,000 from scratch. And we know what's required for that. We usually focus on things that are a little bit faster as far as getting results. And how to actually leverage other people's Facebook groups and communities to connect with ideal clients.
Perfect. Tony asking, so a follow-up, in the memories, is there a voice for business as well as a separate voice for families?
Not sure if I'm quite understanding. So maybe you're asking like personal versus business. We want the ChatGPT to integrate personal and business together and create content that is relatable, that's appropriate for that personal profile. So it's going to be a synthesis of you as a person and what makes you you, as well as what you do on the business side. Because if we just posted about our business all of the time, nobody would listen to that and get real bored. So we want to bring in the personality, and that's the whole thing with the personal brand, is that people relate to you, they feel connected to you, and they resonate with the values that are coming across in your content. So we want ChatGPT to have both that personal side as well as about our business.
And I can train it to handle both, right? So,
yes, all in one chat.
See, how do you get it into your own voice? Mart was asking. That's part of what we're going through here, is like how to train it and how to get it to really where it sounds like exactly like me, right? Or you, for example, right? And so that's part of what I was talking through in the training and the prompts of, and even giving it some of my own samples of stuff so that it knows what I sound like, what I look like. Like I tend to use some emojis in my stuff where maybe Elle doesn't use as much of that, right? And it can learn even those little things as well, and I can give feedback on it too. So that's all stuff we kind of talk about, Mart, is like how to train it to hit your voice, right? Because that's really important. Matt Harris, what if you're struggling to choose a target audience because you're open to work with everybody? Matt, I'd really challenge that. It's something, one of the very first things when we're working with clients, like we challenge a lot off the bat, because in reality, I'm hurting myself by not focusing on a target audience. Doesn't mean I'm not helping the others that come to me. I think that's one of the biggest things, is when that makes it easier for people when they realize this isn't saying no to everything else, but this is helping me be more effective because I am concentrating, becoming known and help and seen as the authority in a particular target audience. Doesn't mean I'm not helping others. I'll give you a very quick example. Say I'm focusing on a senior audience and I narrow it down to even like a senior audience that really values health and fitness and wellness, right? Now I'm getting even more specific in seniors. Now that I'm a fairly focused target audience at that point, right? Well, now I'm coming in, this makes it easier on who's going to be my ideal referral partners, who's going to be the best ones for me. And if I have generic or help everybody, then I'm not going to have any particularly amazing referral partners because it's not targeted to my target audience. It makes it easier what Facebook groups I'm going to leverage to get referrals, strategic referral partners, and clients out of. It makes it easier for my messaging. But even when I look at like, well, I don't want to limit it just to that. I'm not, right? Because if I'm working with those seniors, I'm potentially helping them with their final expense, their Medicare, their hospital indemnity plans, their annuities, and I'm getting referred down to their kids now to write their IULs, their mortgage protection, their health, their home insurance, their auto insurance, right? And so I end up helping in a lot of different areas, which is once again why I focus on target audience, not product. Products limiting, target audience, I can end up helping with a lot of things, which I should be able to with my target audience, right? So think about it this way, Matt, like it's helping you if you have a target audience and it's hurting you not to have one. And that can really help shift to choose that. And it doesn't mean that's my forever target audience. I can shift, I can change. And that's one of the very first exercises we actually work with a lot of clients on because it's not something they've done super, super in depth. They do find it challenging, but they have the help support. And then it ends up making a lot of things easier once they have that defined. So don't feel alone, Matt. That's a common challenge. And honestly, something we help a lot with. Let's see, answered. Do you have an integration with Go High Level, LL, ChatGPT, AI, High Level? Is there
you can, yes. We don't for this. You would use more ChatGPT integration to like text back with your leads. And if that's not really something that David and I handle, but if that's something that you're interested in doing, we have a couple of different partners that can help you with getting that set up and integrated into your Go High Level. So yeah. Like ChatGPT pretty much powers most of the AI tools. It's more about just getting it integrated and then of course doing the training on this as well. So like what we've been talking about today and giving it the prompts to train it, as well as the feedback that you're looking to adjust so that it matches your brand voice and how you would talk to your prospects.
And I'm gonna do speed on these because we got a little more to cover with you guys too.
David, let's maybe let's
cool. We'll come back to answer some more.
We have tons of questions, and this is something that we can talk about a ton. But I want to bring it back here to the slides because I want to wrap up what this really opens up the possibilities to do. I know we just did like a very quick demo on how you can start training it, understanding the memory and all of that. But really what this allows you to do is to build this in such a way that you can hand this off to somebody else on your team that can help with content creation for you. And so you can really train either a marketing assistant that could be virtual or somebody even in your office that can take over social media, follow-ups, and lead generation in under 30 days using this process. So you would first train your marketing assistant using those prompts, giving it feedback, letting it know who your target market is, all of those things, your voice. And then you can delegate this on the execution part to a virtual assistant. So you as the business owner need to train it on target market and products, what makes you unique, values and content themes as far as what you want to build your content around, client testimonials and reviews, and then making sure that you're providing that feedback in your tone and voice. And then your VA can take on content creation, posting content, growing your audience, commenting and engaging with people, which is a huge part of having success on social media, and even working your direct message responses. All right. So just think about this, and this is not just for marketing. You can literally do this in every single area of your business. We were just on a training earlier, and somebody's like, Could I do this for a service person? Yes, absolutely. You can load into ChatGPT all of your standards, your processes, everything about how you service your clients and your process. And that can be a knowledge base to train people on how to handle, maybe issues that come up, or how to approach clients as far as renewals or asking for referrals or uncovering cross-selling opportunities. It's literally endless what you can do when you really learn how to train ChatGPT or AI systems, and then you're installing your team, training your team how to use them.